Hello everyone, welcome to the video on mass spectroscopy. In this video, I am going to explain the principle of mass spectra, instrumentation of mass spectra and the various fragmentation pattern and a special type of fragmentation pattern known as McLafferty rearrangement. This is my YouTube channel. If you like the video content, do subscribe. Let's get into the topic. Now, when you see the introduction, mass spectrometer is an analytical instrument which can be used to chemical analysis like elemental composition of matter can be detected by this mass spectra, and it is used to analyze structures of inorganic, organic and biological molecules. One of the major advantages is it is used to find isotopic ratios of atoms of the sample. Getting into the details, the advantages are, see, the molecular weight can be obtained from very small amount of sample. So it will not be consuming large amount of sample, very small amount is enough to identify the molecular weight. The another one is it does not involve absorption or emission of light. Now let us understand this one. The moment when you talk about spectroscopic technique, spectroscopic technique involves the use of electromagnetic radiation and its interaction with matter. So either the light is absorbed or emitted. When you see UV visible, NMR, IR, all these techniques will be using electromagnetic radiation. Whereas mass spectra does not use electromagnetic radiation, but still it is considered as a spectroscopic unit. The reason is when you see the instrumentation and readout method. Instrumentation and readout of mass is very similar to other spectroscopic technique, hence it is considered as mass spectra. But strictly speaking, it will not use any electromagnetic radiation. Now the other advantage, the detection limits is better by 3 orders of magnitude of other techniques, which is a very good advantage. And remarkably, it is a very simple spectra that are unique and easily interpreted. One of the major advantages which we have already seen is its ability to measure isotopic ratios. Let us see the details. Now, excuse me, when you see the mass spectra, initially the sample is vaporized and then it is ionized and it is sent through a mass analyzer and it is detected. Now, the vaporized sample is ionized mostly with the help of an electron beam. Ionization means removal of one electron. To bring ionization, usually 10 electron volt energy is enough, but in this technique 70 electron volt energy is used. Now what happens, it results in the formation of a molecular ion. Let us understand what is this molecular ion is. All compounds has got even number of electrons because the molecules will form a bond with the help of electron sharing. So usually even number of electrons will be there. When an electron is knocked out, what happens when electron is knocked out? It will be like this. One electron is left, and because the negative electron is lost, it is forming a positively charged one. This is what is known as molecular ion, molecular radical cation. Radical means unpaired electron containing molecule is known as radical. Cation because it has got a positive charge and it forms because of knockout of an electron. So initially it forms a radical cation. But as I told you, to knock out an electron at 10 electron volt energy is enough, but you are providing 70 electron volt. The high energy, because of its high energy, the molecular ion will be splitting into different fragments. This is called fragmentation pattern. And different fragments will have different masses. And they are analyzed according to mass by charge ratio. When an electron is knocked out, what happens? It is forming a positively charged ion. Usually the charge is single one, so m by z is nothing but you will get a mass, you will get the fragments according to their masses. So this m by z is taken in x-axis and the relative amount is taken on y-axis, which is also known as abundance. To see even more clearer one, look at this. A sample is vaporized and sent into this chamber, wherein you have a filament from which high electron beam will be coming out. Now, if you see, it has got two different plates are there. One plate has got a positive deflection, another plate has got a negative charge. Why is this arrangement is? Because of this electron beam, a sample is converted to a radical cation. The cation is repelled because of this positive charge and moved in this direction, whereas because of this negative charge, again it is attracted towards this direction. To make sure the ions are passing in this direction, these plates are arranged. This is the positive charge one is a repeller plate, whereas negative charge one is accelerating plate. Now understand this, in mass spectra only the charged fragments will be analyzed. The neutral molecules, root null fragments and negative ions are taken out with the help of a vacuum pump. Now there is a use of vacuum because of which the instrument will be quite expensive. Now after this it is exposed to an external magnetic field. Now the use of magnetic field is the fragments with different masses will be separated according to their mass. So the one with higher mass will be moving in this direction, whereas the one with lower mass will be deflecting more. So what happens finally, they are separated according to their mass. See, look at this, all these are separated. The positively charged ions are deflected and they are separated according to their mass. And there is an ion exit slit through which one molecular ion comes out and it is read out like this. When the external magnetic field is changed, the other fragments also pass through this slit and they will be read out through this recorder. This is what is the brief instrumentation of mass spectra. Moving further, see, this is what happens. You take pentane, 5 carbon containing one, by use of electron beam it forms a molecular ion. An electron is knocked out and you will get this radical cation which is having 72 mass. So the extreme right one will be of the molecular ion one. This is also known as molecular ion peak. So the molecular ion gives what is the molecular mass of the compound is. For any mass spectra, whatever the peak you get extreme left, it gives molecular ion peak. Whereas the peak with highest abundance, see this? Sorry. This peak has got highest abundance. This is known as a base peak. So this one is given as a 100% abundance and relatively remaining peaks are given. See, the 72% is of this one, whereas this one, 72 molecular weight one will come this one, which is molecular ion, whereas the 43 mass one has got highest abundance. So this is known as base peak. So this is how usual spectra looks like. So y-axis is relative abundance, whereas x-axis is mass by charge ratio. Now, moving further, we need to understand fragmentation pattern. So this molecular ion will not stay as such. If it is the only one which is forming, you should get only one peak. But you can see there are different peaks are there, and all of them are because of fragmentation. Now we need to understand this fragmentation. Let us understand a bond. Let's say there is a bond between carbon and bromine. Now halogen has got 7 electrons. These are 6 and 1 electron is like this. So when you use electron beam, the electron beam will knock out this electron and you get a positive charge there. So what happens here? So here this is what is molecular ion is. So this is how a molecular radical looks like. Now look at this. Compared to carbon, halogen has got high electronegativity. So both the electrons are taken by this bromine and fragmentation occurs. So the electrons will be taken up by bromine and it leaves a carbon with positive charge. So because both the electrons are taken by one atom, this process is called as heterolysis. Lysis means breakdown. Breakdown of bond. Hetero means unequal sharing. So this is what is given here. See, a bond between carbon and more electronegative atom like halogen or oxygen breaks heterolytically and the electrons stay with the more electronegative atom. So both the electrons will go to the bromine or electronegative oxygen or any other halogen. So this is called heterolysis. Whereas when you see the carbon and carbon bond, you have 2 electrons are there. The fragmentation, because both of them has got similar electronegativity, each electron stays with 1 carbon. This is called as homolysis. Homo means equal, lysis means breakdown. Equal sharing of electrons during breakdown. So this is what is given. A bond between carbon and an atom of similar electronegativity, whether it is a carbon or hydrogen, breaks homolytically. Now the last point, the bonds most likely to break are the weakest bonds. So the weakest one will break down because it needs less energy to break the bond, and those that lead to the formation of most stable products. Let us understand this. Look at these bonds. When you see the bond dissociation energy, carbon bromine has got lower energy, whereas carbon hydrogen has got high dissociation energy. What does it mean? During fragmentation, this bond breaks up easily. So that is what is bond dissociation energy is. So the way a molecular ion fragments, it depends on strength of its bond and the stability of the fragment. See, even after forming a fragment, if it is not stable, again it splits and gives another fragment. That is what is about fragmentation pattern is. Let us see with one example. See, bromine has got 2 isotopes, 79 mass containing one, whereas 81 mass containing one. So when you hit with an electron, it forms these ions. So these are molecular ions. So one is 122 and another one is 124 because the difference in mass is 79 and 81, 2 is there. Now after that, as we have seen heterolysis, bromine takes both the electrons and you will get this propyl cation. So look at this, at the extreme end you have 2 peaks at there, M and M plus 2. M is because of 79 bromine, whereas M plus 2 is because of 81 bromine, because the difference is 2 units. Now look at them, their abundance is almost equal. The reason is, in nature the isotopes occurrence is almost equal, and the remaining fragment you will get it as propyl cation. Now look at this, the mass spectra of 1-bromopropane, M and M plus 2 peaks are about equal because 79 bromine and 81 bromine have almost equal abundances. Let us see the abundance pattern. See, carbon 12 and carbon 13, the abundance is like this, 98 and 1%. So you will get M and M plus 1 peak. In fact, it is there. Look at this. Let us observe it carefully. Look at this. What is this small peak? That is because of 13 carbon 1. Because the abundance is very low, the intensity is very small. Whereas in case of bromine, look at this. See, when you see bromine, the abundance is almost equal, 50-50%. That is the reason why you will get almost equal intensity peak. Look at this. Whereas in case of chlorine, it is 75 and 24. That means almost 3:1. Now let us understand this. M plus 2 peaks can be formed because of chlorine and bromine, because the mass difference is 2 units. Now, if M plus 2 peak is 1/3 height of the M peak, so if this is M peak and this one will be M plus 2 peak, this is in case of chlorine. The compound contains a chlorine. Whereas M and M plus 2 peak are equal of same height. This is in case of bromine. So this is what is one of the advantages. You will know what kind of isotope is there. M plus 1 is formed because of carbon, whereas M plus 2 either it is because of chlorine or bromine. The intensities will tell you whether it is a chlorine or bromine. Moving to further. Now the important rearrangement pattern is McLafferty rearrangement. See, this rearrangement is very common fragmentation reaction in mass, and it is described by McLafferty. Now in order to show this, it needs a certain molecular pattern. What is required is a gamma hydrogen with a motif like this, carbon with double bond carbon or carbon with a double bonded heteroatom. So it is mostly seen in alkane, imines and carbonyls. Along with that, a gamma hydrogen is required. See, gamma means, see, this functional group adjacent carbon is alpha, next one is beta, this one is gamma. The hydrogen attached to this carbon is gamma hydrogen. Now, how the rearrangement occurs? Look at this. Mechanism is abstraction of a gamma hydrogen. See, this gamma hydrogen is abstracted by this oxygen, followed by cleavage of beta bond to form fragments of olefin and enol. Let us see a little bit detail one. Now, why all this happening is, this one is radical cation. Now, in radical cation, oxygen has got a non-bonding electrons which are knocked out because of electron beam. So, when oxygen, an electronegative containing atom, cannot withhold this positive charge, to get an electron, it abstracts the adjacent hydrogen with an electron. This is what happens. Gamma hydrogen will be abstracted. Why only gamma hydrogen? Stereochemically, this is close and easier to grab it. And it follows with a beta bond cleavage. This bond cleaves so that it forms an enol and a neutral olefin. Why all this happening is, this one is unstable. Thermodynamically, this one is very unstable because oxygen containing a positive charge is thermodynamically unstable. And it forms two compounds like enol and neutral olefin which are thermodynamically stable. The requirement is gamma hydrogen abstraction and cleavage of this beta bond, forming thermodynamically stable products. This is what is McLafferty rearrangement is. When you see the other aspects, there are a lot of components of mass spectra are there. Like ionization source could be of a lot of things like electron ionization, chemical ionization, fast atom bombardment, electron spray ionization, MALDI technique. Whereas the ion separation in mass analyzer could be of quadrupole, magnetic deflection, electrostatic type, time of flight, ion trap. We have seen magnetic deflection type and electron ionization type. Ion detection could be of electron multiplier, multi-channel plate, Faraday cup. All these are a little bit more details of mass spectra. Now, one of the other advantage of mass is it can be coupled with other techniques. They are known as hyphenated techniques like LCMS. Chromatography can be combined with this mass spectra. So this gives another advantage of analysis of compounds. So this is about basic principle and some of the fragmentation pattern of mass. If you like the video, do share the video. Thank you.